Nothing gets football fans excited like a new signing, but sometimes dream signings turn into nightmares. From underperforming to criticizing the club, let's begin with Danny Drinkwater. No footballer's career has taken a nosedive such as this guy. Chelsea signed Drinkwater in the summer of 2017. Many eyebrows were raised since many expected quality additions to bring competition to the team that had just won the Premier League. But Drinkwater was not good enough. Sure, he had won the title with Leicester, but Kante was the one doing all the work in midfield, and Kante made him look like a good player. It's no surprise he never broke into the first team and was sent out on loan to Burnley, Aston Villa, Kasimpasa and Reading. Yeah, I know you've never heard of Kasimpasa. It's a mid-table team in Turkey. He wasn't able to save his career at any of those clubs. Among other dramas, he was charged with drunk driving and was attacked outside a nightclub. The club let him go in 2022, and after failing to get a club as a free agent, he retired in 2023. But that was not even the end of his misery. In November, he closed his first hotel after losing £782,000. And then this year, he closed his second hotel in June with £1.1 million in debt. 1 month later, in July, he shared photos working at a building site. Talk about grace to grass. Chelsea broke the world transfer record for a goalkeeper when they signed Kepa for 72 million. This was out of desperation more than anything else. The main goalkeeper, Courtois, had decided he was too big to play for Chelsea and forced a move to Real Madrid. Without any other solid options on the market, Athletic Bilbao took advantage of Chelsea. Kepa didn't do too badly at first, but as time went on, errors began to creep into his game. But the highlight of his career at Chelsea is when he caused a major scene at Wembley when he refused to be substituted in the League Cup final. Maurizio Sarri wanted to bring him off for the penalty shootout, but Kepa stayed in goal. Man City won the shootout and lifted the trophy. Things went disastrously wrong in his second season. He made several costly mistakes and finished the season with a save percentage of 53.6. the second worst in the Premier League. That means that almost half the shots he faced went in. Chelsea signed Edouard Mendy as their number 1 in 2020, and Kepa was relegated to the bench. He has been on loan to Real Madrid and is now at Bournemouth.
Why are you laughing?
When Kepa eventually leaves Stamford Bridge, Chelsea won't get anything like the 72 million they paid for him. From the most expensive goalkeeper to the most expensive striker for Chelsea. Chelsea signed Lukaku for the second time in the summer of 2021. Lukaku had developed into one of the best strikers in the world, and Chelsea lacked a proper number 9. This was a match made in heaven. He was seen as the missing puzzle to make Chelsea compete for the Premier League title. He started very well with 4 goals in his 5 appearances for the club. He was living the dream, or so we thought. During the festive season, as Chelsea usually struggle, Lukaku struggled for form and was even benched at times. He then decided to do an interview with Sky Italy.
Non sono contento con la situazione, questo è normale. Penso che il mister ha fatto una scelta di giocare un altro modulo e io adesso no.
He even went a step further and said he would like to go back to Inter. Chelsea was not very happy with this. The club had just broken their transfer record to bring him to the club of his dreams, and he is already thinking about going back to Inter. He made a video apologizing to everyone, but the harm had already been done. He was loaned back to Inter the next season. He managed to annoy Inter fans too. After it was leaked, he was discussing a move to rivals Juventus. Juventus fans then invaded their stadium and protested against his signing. He eventually joined Roma on loan. Conte, his former coach at Inter, signed him permanently for Napoli in the summer of 2024. It cost Chelsea a loss of 83 million euros to get rid of Lukaku. I just hope he doesn't piss Napoli fans too. And now to the story of the player who never played a single Premier League game at Chelsea for 2 years. Winston Bogarde was signed in 2000. He earned £40,000 a week, which amounted to a huge £2 million a season. A week later, Vialli was sacked and replaced with Claudio Ranieri. Bogarde was deemed surplus to requirements. Rather than seeking a move away in order to play first-team football, the then 30-year-old opted to pick up a paycheck and sit on the Chelsea bench for 4 years. The defender managed only 4 4 starts during his 4-year stay, in which 11 of his 12 appearances came in his first season at Stamford Bridge. It is worth remembering that this is Chelsea in the pre-Abramovich era. Chelsea was struggling financially, so when the club tried to cut costs and sell him, Bogard wouldn't budge from the cash he was contractually owed. How could any professional footballer justify making so much money for doing nothing? Allow Bogard to explain. I used to be poor as a kid, did not have anything to spend or anything to play with. This world is about money, so when you are offered those millions, you take them. Few people will ever earn so much. I am one of the few fortunate people who do. I may be one of the worst buys in the history of the Premiership, but I don't care. Bogard was forced to quit the game after leaving Chelsea, as he unsurprisingly failed to find another club. He turned to coaching, and even after getting a UEFA license, no club wanted his services. Business ventures outside of the game fared just as badly. A gaming club he owned had to be shut because of a gang murder. He is now a youth coach at Ajax, where he started his career. Talk about karma.